Hey, how y'all doing in Instagram land? Let me ask y'all now. If y'all got any questions, make them known, please. Let me get. So, again, if y'all got any questions for me, ask so we can get this going. Okay. Hey, y'all, Facebook land. All right.
Okay, so just trying to see if you have any other questions about the stimulus.
I have no questions about the stimulus. I have a little bit of information. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I do not know what happened. Hey, everybody who is on at this time. I'm trying to get this Instagram working. It is not working right now. This internet connection is crazy. Okay, so as always, I'm going to ask you guys to drop your questions so we can go and get this started. I never like to keep y'all long. I know y'all got other things to do, but I do appreciate you guys being here. Trying to get this Instagram up. This is crazy. Okay. All right. So as always, I'm going to say thank you guys again. Always, please, you can follow me on all my social media platforms. I appreciate that. I am trying to definitely expand my reach, and I cannot do that without you guys. So I am first going to ask if you guys can hear me to please drop a $, because of course we always going to be trying to talk about money or how to make money. So if you can hear me, drop that $. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Just so I know that y'all can hear me. Let me just see if y'all got anything. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. So let's we're gonna get to it really fast. And y'all can share my video if y'all like. I appreciate that, because more people need to get this good, well-researched information that I'm putting out to all of y'all. Okay. So all right. So let's talk about the payroll tax cut really fast. The payroll tax cut is still in effect, but as it stands right now, the only individuals that are going to have to, that are going to be affected by are going to be federal employees. That's federal government employees, anybody who's in the military, or if you're in the reserves, any federal employee, period. They are not going to have to pay any taxes right now, but it will be collected in January. So yes, your check might look real good right now, especially since it's about to be the end of the year, holiday season. That's great. But just know that they are going to come after you come between January and April of 2021 to recoup all of that extra money that you got in your check. So spend wisely and or put that to the side, save it, or do something, because that money is not free. All right. So that's going to be for the payroll tax cut. If anybody works for an employer, as I stated in all of my other videos, your employer does not have to get into the payroll tax cut program. That is optional. At first it was going to be for everybody, but the government changed it and made it optional. So not all employers have to do it. So everybody will not be affected by it. Okay. All right, so we're going to move on to voting. If you have not registered to vote, and I know this probably sounds crazy. I know I was probably one of those people when I was about in my 20s. I didn't care what nobody was talking about when it came to voting or any of that. But this shit is getting real, okay? So I just had to put it out like that. It is getting real. I don't know if you guys have saw, but if you live in Florida, the governor, Governor DeSantis, stated that if any city chooses to defund the police, and that doesn't mean take their money away. That just means taking some of the money that they give to law enforcement and allocating it to different places. Ron DeSantis stated today that if any city decides to do that, he is going to stop sending funds to that city. So I think that is crazy. That is something, of course, he's following his homeboy Trump's lead. You know, every single day, this is just a reminder that you guys got to get out there and vote. And if you're not registered to vote, you need to register to vote. If you do not know how, let me put that up really quick. All you got to do is text "Hello Vote" to 384-387. Hello Vote to 384-387 so that you can get registered to vote. Matter of fact, you can get registered to vote on Facebook. Okay, so Facebook is even letting you do it. So if you have not registered to vote, you need to register to vote. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. That's not for me to do, but I will tell you that you definitely need to register to vote. It is getting real out here, and you may think that it's not going to affect you, but it can. It will, and it's going to affect you and your children. So we definitely need to pay attention to who it is that we are voting for. And I'm not just talking about in the White House. I am talking about your local government, because that's more important. Okay, local government is way more important than just voting for the president. So if you have not registered to vote, please text "Hello Vote" to 384-387 so that you can get registered to vote. Now, if you're a felon, or if you know a felon that needs that wants to vote, but they can't vote because in Florida it states that you have to pay your fines, inbox me, please. I will give you, it is already on my timeline, but I will inbox me and I will send it to you so that I know you got it. Please give this to your uncles, your cousins, your brothers. And the reason I say that is because the majority of people that are in jail are Black men. So if you got an uncle, cousin, brother, daddy, granddaddy, whomever, it could be a woman too, but the majority of it's Black men, get them registered to vote and let these people pay off their fines. Okay. When you pay off those felony fines, okay, you can drive. All right. So not only can you vote, but if you have your license revoked, a lot of them have their license revoked. This is a good way to flip it on them and let them pay for your vote. But at the same time, you are giving yourself the right to be able to drive again. And in certain counties in the state of Florida, if you have your felony citations paid for, they will let you get on a payment plan and get your driver's license while you're still making payments to the courts. Okay, so I'll say that again if you do not understand. When you get your license suspended, there are felony fines on your driver's record. There's also misdemeanor fines. Okay, so if you want those fines and those things taken care of, please inbox me so that I can give you the information so that you can get those taken care of. Somebody wants to pay, let them pay. That I got a text message today, and just so you guys know, if you have any information that I don't put out, you know something that I don't know, please by all means share it with me, because I'm unlike the majority. I don't mind regurgitating information and giving it to people, because information is the only thing that we lack. Is the reason why we don't have. So anytime I find out something, I try to share it. So if you got any tips, you got any kind of info, any insider information, holla at your girl, okay? So I'm gonna put some of that out later in this. But if you guys got anything, make sure you send that to me, okay? So Kobe Bryant, not Kobe Bryant. Oh gosh, rest in peace. What's that guy's name that played basketball? LeBron James, and it was somebody else. I got an inbox today stating that they had put aside, some NBA players put aside some money that they're donating to funds to pay for felon fines. So if you know a felon, I know some felons. If you know a felon and they don't have their driver's license and they need it, this is a quick way to get it, just because they want your vote. So they have been taking our right to, they took your right to vote. Now take your right back. But on top of it, let them pay your bills. All right. So let's move on to the first question that I have. Is Florida still getting a $300 a week unemployment? Boy, y'all, I love how y'all come out the gate. So, all right. So, Florida is done with unemployment. Florida originally was going to give out 5 weeks of unemployment. They've only paid out 4 weeks. The last week of the 300 was paid out, I believe, last week. If you are an individual that is awaiting back pay, that's different. But Florida has now reduced the 5 weeks of back pay down to 4 weeks. And they have already issued all 4 weeks of the $300. So as it stands right now, there is no more money coming. Okay. My next question is, let me see. And thank y'all for asking. Helena says, good evening. Pray your day goes well. Thank you, Helena. I appreciate it. I hope your day goes well as too. I have been busy today doing all these credit letters. If you are my customer, and you got some inboxes from me, I've been working on your stuff all last week and this weekend, and I still have a couple more people that I have not sent it to. So I have been busy today. All right. Tiki Blackman says, anything changed? Well, the only thing that's changed right now is the unemployment is went from 5 weeks to 4. Okay. Let me get on the stimulus really quick. So I know you guys already know about the stimulus. We're talking about the first one really right now. The first one came. A lot of people did not claim. So what we want is, let me see. I got 3 things I want to say. One, if you are an individual that was claimed by somebody else on the taxes in 2018 or 19, you will not get a stimulus. I had a lot of people inbox me after last week's video saying that they had not gotten their stimulus from the first time. And unfortunately, I had to let them know you're not going to get the first stimulus. You're not going to get the second one either because you're claimed on somebody else's taxes. You will have already, or they already got their tax break. So they're not getting any additional money. So the only people that should be looking to get a stimulus check from the first is, okay, and please share my video, okay, since y'all share my video. The only 2 people that should be expecting to get a stimulus check is those who never filed for one in the first place. If you're a non-filer, so I always have to keep saying it because, hey, it's $9 million worth of money out there that somebody is not claiming. And I did say this last week about the incarcerated individuals in prison. And I only brought that up because I read that there were people filing to get stimulus checks for those who were incarcerated. And there were only a few number of states that actually blocked the check from coming to the individual, and it went back to IRS. Everybody else got the check. So I'm not saying that you will or that you won't, but I'm just saying some people did. Okay. So I don't want to tell anybody what to do, but I'm just telling you some people did, and they got that check. All right. So that is about $9 million out there that people have not claimed. So if you're not one of those people that did not file in 18 or 19, this is your time to go and get your stimulus check. Stop letting that money sit. I know a couple people that just refuse to do business with the government. They just refuse to claim the stimulus check. I think it's crazy. I feel like, well, let me claim it. But I'm sure you guys probably know somebody like that too. But if you can encourage them to get that money, it's theirs. Tell them to get it. The only other individual that should be getting the first stimulus check is if you are a spouse of someone who got their stimulus check taken because of child support. There were a lot of women who were upset that their husband's child support arrears got in the way of the stimulus check, and they filed jointly on their tax return, and then the baby mamas got all that money. All right. So if you are a spouse that got screwed over or you got caught up in that, you can go and collect your money from the IRS. They should be automatically sending it to you. If they did not or do not, you can file an injured spouse form to get your money back. Okay. So you can get your portion of the stimulus back, just like you can get your income tax back if that was taken by mistake. You can get that back. You can also get your stimulus back. All right. As for the second stimulus, and I'm going to get to that, and this is where that little insider information comes from. So again, if y'all know anything that I don't know, you find out something, share it. We all need information. Okay. That's the only way this is going to come into your hands. You got to be able to share the information. You can't keep it all to yourself. Okay. So the little birdie told me that secretly, a stimulus deal has been set, that it is just not made it to the news, and that we have about another week or 2 to wait before it is announced publicly. I do not know how true that is, but I am waiting to see. So I'm constantly checking to see which stimulus plan they're going to approve. Is it going to be the HEROES Act? Is it going to be this new skinny bill? I mean, they got so many different versions of what they're trying to do to pay us. So again, if anybody asks me, do I think we're going to get something? I still do believe that, although it's coming towards the end of the year, stuff is starting to try to open back up, but we are not at 100%. And people don't have money, especially now. Those $300 have gone with the wind. We are back where we started from. So yes, I still do believe they are going to give us something. Okay. And y'all see my aunt says, hey, Velda, she says, yes, indeed. Register to vote. Please vote in person or by mail. So that brings me to my next thing. I have been seeing reports. So you guys know I read a lot of newspapers. I read a lot of social media. I am always researching because I want to make sure I give you guys the most accurate information. There is nothing worse than getting people all excited about something and then got to tell them, oh, that was a mistake. Although I will do it if I happen to make a mistake, but I try to get it right the first time. If you are going to vote, okay, and there has been what they call intimidation at the polling stations. So if you are going to vote and you're going to actually walk into a building and you see individuals outside with their Make America Great Again, all that kind of stuff, the news reports that they have been trying to intimidate people from coming in and voting. I will tell you, if you are, matter of fact, I'll put it on my story. I'll put the phone number because there's actually a phone number you can call to report them, and it's not 911, but it is another number you can call to let them know because the polling station needs to be addressed. They may need to bring police officers there. It is going to be crazy, I believe, this election. So please be mindful, be watchful, ignore the haters, go in and do what you came to do and leave. That is all you got to do. I would say if you vote in person, that probably would be best, but because of the coronavirus, if you choose to want to vote by mail, that is cool too. I always vote by mail because I just know me and I don't have time for all this, right? You know, I don't. So I vote by mail, but that's just me. You do what works for you. Just freaking vote, please. Okay. All right, Stacey Johnson, that is right. Information is power, very, very much. But it's what you do with that information that makes you powerful. There's a lot of people that know a lot of information, but they sit on it and they do nothing about it. So we got to make sure that we are sharing this information and actually doing something when we get it. So again, Tiki Blackman about the second stimulus. I heard was one coming. It has not come yet. And I will keep checking the bill to see if it actually becomes into law, and I'll just keep you guys posted. So what else? I already talked about the felons and their fines. We talked about the unemployment changing from 5 weeks to 4 weeks. Oh, I know what I want to talk about really fast. A lot of people were asking me about the post I made, and I did not put it on Instagram. I'm sorry, guys, about the post I made about gambling winnings. So the only reason I talked about this is because now that everybody's kind of at home and kind of not working, you know, all of us are kind of living on a prayer. Hope we hit the lotto. It's been a lot of people winning the lotto through scratch offs in Florida, which is crazy. Okay. So if you happen to win, if you're a gambler, right? Y'all go to the not only the casinos, but you go to those arcades and you're spending money. So what has happened, and this has probably always been around, but a lot of us just did not know, but you can actually claim your gambling losses on your taxes as long as you won in the same year. So even if you won $500 in 1 year, but you spent $5,000 the whole year through gambling, and that definitely does happen. You guys know how gamblers, you know how gamblers work. They keep thinking they're gonna hit it big. But if you lost money, and you also won money, if you've done both of those things in this year, please claim them on your taxes. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because y'all know the money is going to be funny in 2021 when it's time to file your taxes. We don't know we don't know if they say they're not going to tax us on the stimulus. We don't know. They change stuff all the time. So I am trying to, and I will be throughout the rest of this year, try to find every single thing I can to help you guys, Itemize. You do not have to be a business to itemize. You can do a Schedule A and you can itemize personally. If you're a business, you would do a Schedule C and you can itemize separately for your business. But I would say that if you're not a business, and a lot of people aren't, itemize and get you some money back. If you're a business, do both. You can use a Schedule A and you can do a Schedule C. Itemize, itemize, itemize. We want to do things that the wealthy people do so that we can have money in our pocket. And one of the things that they do is they don't give away money for free. So one of those things that we need to do is make sure that we are looking at our taxes and finding ways that we can itemize so that we can get the most back. A lot of people don't care because you got children. So you're like, oh, I don't care about itemizing. I got the income tax, the child tax credit, EIC. I got this, I got that. And that's great. But your children are going to get older. And sooner or later, and if you guys don't already know, as soon as your child hit about 13, 14, that money ain't looking good no more. That EIC goes down further and further and further. And if you don't want to keep having babies so you can keep making money, you're going to need to learn how to itemize, okay? So I'm telling you these things early because at the end of December, it's going to get real. People are going to get ready to start filing for taxes. And you want to make sure you can get the most money back. So you want to itemize. So please keep an eye on my story. I'm going to keep listing things. There are actually 250 deductions that you can take, personal and business, as write-offs. Now, some of that has changed under the new Trump's tax plan, but if I can itemize all 200 things, I'm going for it. And so I want you guys to be able to do the same thing. So I'm going to definitely try to keep that money, keep that information coming. So Danielle says, how do you get your taxes back if they took it? I would probably need to know a little bit more, Danielle. What taxes are we talking about? Are we talking about income taxes? Are we talking about what taxes? If we're talking about income taxes, and I would need to know why they took it. That's my main thing. Tell me why they took your taxes. If you don't want to type it here, you could just put it in my inbox. But definitely let me know why your taxes was taken, and then I can tell you how to get it back. Okay. All right. So Mindy Erickson said, girl, I just paid off all my credit cards and my car. Woo, woo, woo. Raise the roof. Congratulations. You should be proud of yourself. Financial freedom is what we all want. But let me tell you something before you get your feelings hurt. I know you paid all that stuff off, and that is great. But girl, your credit score is going to go down. Now, if you don't know that, if you guys are wondering why, that is exactly how credit works. Once you pay something off, you are taking that out of the equation. So that actually makes your points go down, then go up. So Mindy Erickson, I'm just letting you know, although I am happy for you, girl, you are going to need, if you don't have more credit cards, you're going to need a credit line or something so you can have something actively going on your credit, because if not, your score is going to go down and it's going to be stuck there. And we don't want that. Okay. All right. Let's see who we got. Thank you, Auntie. Thank you, Tiki. No problem. You guys are most welcome. The next question, what did you say about the unemployment? Sorry, I wasn't on. Hey, Rashonda, unemployment is now 4 weeks, not 5. The 4 weeks have already been dispersed. If you are a person that is new to unemployment and you are waiting to get back pay, you probably will get your $300. I would tell you, get in as soon as you can. If you are not sure if you should apply for unemployment, apply anyway and let them deny you or tell you that you don't qualify, because y'all know my motto: if I think I qualify, I will apply. Okay, that's just my motto. So I mean, I don't know, call me greedy, but I'm going after everything they told me I couldn't have and then some, because hey, somebody got to get the money and I'm going to try. So I did find this out. I found out that if you're filing unemployment, this is something you guys might not know, and this is for Florida only. I've been giving out the website floridajobs.org. Someone from unemployment informed somebody that told me that floridajobs.org is actually the site that you can apply for unemployment on, but it actually takes longer. If you are trying to apply for unemployment in Florida, you need to go on DEO, D as in, dog, DEO Connect, and apply through that website. You'll get your answer in 72 hours. So if you know somebody who is considering filing for unemployment, tell them to get on it. DEO Connect is where you need to go so that you can get your answer within 72 hours. Okay. Queen Mother says, I vote by mail, but I take my ballot to the supervisor elections office. That is very, very smart. I do the same thing. if I can. If not, I drop mine in the mail. As long as you vote, and that's the thing that makes me happy. All right, Yolanda says, can you file higher write-off more than losses? Yes, you can. So I believe you're asking about gambling winning. So if you won 5,000, but you lost 10,000, you absolutely can write that off on your taxes. It did not say there was a dollar amount that one had to be higher or lower than the other. Because if you actually think about it, you actually probably spend more money in the casino throughout the year than you've probably won in one setting. And so to me, it would be advantageous to you to go to the casino. Hopefully if you're at the casino or the arcade, they gave you a little card or a little piece of paper or something that you can give to a clerk and ask them to give you your rundown of how much money you have put in the machine. If you haven't remembered on your own. Okay. So I know this is probably new for some people. So, you might not know the exact amount, but I would definitely guesstimate what it is so that you can get your money back. Okay. Very, very important, guys. All right. Let's see. Nope, Yolanda, I just answered your question. And then I got, how do you enforce IRS to make a person file their taxes that is paying child support that has been working? So the IRS cannot make anybody file their taxes, unfortunately. Individual has to choose to pay their taxes. If they don't, then when they try to file, IRS is probably going to reject their recent filing because they haven't filed the other years previously. So if they didn't file, and when they finally do file, they will have some penalties and fines that they have to pay for being late. But the IRS cannot make anybody file for taxes. They're just not going to do that. They're just not that type of enforcement agency. They are not. Okay. Let me see. And the last thing I'm going to go over, because like I said, I'm not going to keep you long because there isn't too much that's been going on and changing. A lot of people have been asking me about the SBA. Actually, it's two things. I'm going to talk about SBA really quick and credit. SBA. A lot of people ask me, hey, can you help me file for the SBA loan? And here's what I always say to people. Two things. What's your credit like? And do you have an actual business that I can find with the Secretary of State? Now, look, guys, we are getting towards the last month or two, last 3 months or whatever of the SBA money. Okay, we don't have a new stimulus yet. So right now, all we have is the money to go off from the CARES Act. And if you do not have your information done correctly, you will get denied. Okay, so you need to have an actual registered business with your Secretary of State, whether that's an LLC, whether you're a sole proprietor, or whether you're a corporation. We need to be able to find you. They don't care if you file taxes. Now, you will get a letter sometimes back saying, send us, your taxes, send us a 1099 or send us this. Really, all they want is to be able to find you in Secretary of State. So if you can provide them a proof of EIN from the IRS, if you could provide them a proof of articles of organization or just your actual fictitious name listing, that is good enough to get the loan. But your credit also needs to be 620 or better, but not Credit Karma 620, the real 620. Okay. So if they don't have if you don't have that real 620, you don't have the stuff with the Secretary of State, don't even bother trying to apply for the loan until you have it. Okay. That is what's most important. And yes, they say the businesses should have been started before 2019. I know what it says, but I know what I've seen. And so not everybody has immediately, not everybody has started a business in 2019. Some people have started it in 2020 and still got money from the SBA. So it's completely up to you on what you choose to do, but I'm just letting you know how to get the money. All right. And the last thing, credit. Okay. Now I always talk about credit because credit is where the money is, but I just want to let you guys know to be on the lookout because bill collectors and banks are starting to sue people. Okay. They're not getting any money. People aren't making a lot of transactions in and out the bank. And remember, a bank doesn't make any money unless you make money. So if they can't sell no services, if they can't charge you overdraft fees, if they can't do things, they're not making any money. And so what do? They say, we got all of these unpaid bills from people closing their accounts and not paying us. People are not paying their credit card and it's getting charged off. Well, now they are hiring lawyers that they don't even know, hiring them to take the case to come after you to sue you to get you to pay. All right. So I recently became a process server, and a process server is the individual that actually goes and asks you, hey, are you so-and-so? And as soon as you say yes, boom, I hit you with, you've been served. Okay. And the reason I did that is because I know bankruptcies and people getting sued is going to be very hot, at least for the next 6 months, because of this pandemic. And that's nothing to be ashamed of or afraid of if you fall into some type of financial situation or a hole. I'm just letting you guys know to keep an eye out, because they are coming after people. So don't ignore someone when they start sending you bills and saying that, you know, if you don't get back to us, we might send it over to litigation. They're not playing. They are really serious. So unless you're working with a credit person that can give you some advice on what it is that you need to do and how to handle that situation, just don't let it go into default if you can, or work out a deal with them if you can. If not, and you get served, I do have a video on YouTube. You can inbox me and I'll tell you exactly in the video what you need to do and how to bounce back from it. Okay. All right. Yolanda says, what if you have a lower credit score, but everything on SBA loan? The SBA loan is not, absolutely not giving out any money to anybody with a lower than a 620. One of their main things is credit worthiness. If they feel that you cannot pay your bills, they feel you will not pay them. Okay. So they're not going to do it. And you guys got to realize, when you get this loan from SBA, it doesn't even go on your credit until you miss a payment. So they're not going to just give you $50,000 and not even put it on your credit. It's not helping you. So there's really no way of anybody to know that you have this loan until you miss the payment. So they are not taking chances. They're not playing. They want to make sure that you're going to be able to pay them. So you got time. The last application date is December 14th. If your credit isn't good, just add a trade line, or just go and remove some of the things that need to be removed so that you can go and get the loan. Black people, and I'm talking to black people and other people of color, okay? We're not going to get these many more times to be able to go and get money this easy from the government ever again, okay? I've been around 40, so never have I seen this. And you're not going to see it probably ever again. So this is the time to take advantage of this. If this doesn't motivate you to want to get your credit right, then I don't know what will. Okay. But you know, ain't nobody giving $25,000, $50,000 at a 3.75 interest rate. Nowhere. Okay. All right. So is there any grants? No more grants, except grants to try to help these felons get their bills paid. Okay, there's probably tons of money out there, but they don't turn the light on for us to know about it until something becomes big. They've been had money for felons. They had money for felons 6 months ago, but now, because it's closer to election time, now they're bringing it back up again. Y'all got to realize that rich people love to have money sitting in a nonprofit or for donations. Those things are write-offs. You know, those 200 write-offs that I said that we can use to itemize to bring more money into our pockets. That's what those rich people do. That's why they don't mind donating $1 million. It's going to save them in taxes. That $1 million is nothing to them. So we got to learn how to do that as well. All right. Okay, we got one more question, Yolanda. Goodness, girl. Sorry. Okay. You mentioned a bankruptcy. A bankruptcy probably will turn them off. They're probably going to look at the date of your bankruptcy. If the bankruptcy is recent, I would say probably within the last 24 months, they're probably going to give you the side eye. But if it's older than that, they probably won't care. It does state with the SBA that if they deny you, you can do a reconsideration, but you got to give them a reason why you fell into that situation. Okay. So that could go either way for you. All right. But I would tell you, since I know that you are a government employee, Miss Yolanda, you are going to get a whole lot of extra money in your check. If you have not started already, take that money, get your credit repaired so that you have time before December 14th. I'm your girl. Hit me up to get your credit straight so that you can get money from the government. It's just that easy. Okay. So if y'all don't have any other questions or anything, I, again, just wanted to put that out. Oh, you know what? One more thing. Dang. Sorry. I don't have a video up for this yet. I will post a video when it's ready. Somebody did ask me about it. So that's the only reason why I'm addressing it, because she might be watching. I put up a little thing today about how you can transfer $1 million to somebody a tax-free, okay? And this is completely true, legit, and the whole nine, all right? So I just purchased life insurance for $1 million for $160 a month. That is so freaking cheap. I did that because should I pass before my insurance expires, and this is a term life policy. In term life, there's nothing bad. If you need an explanation between term life and whole life, it's going to be in that video as well. But I will tell you that when you pass, if you die, any type of life insurance money that you have, it goes to whomever your beneficiary is, tax free. That is why rich people have life insurance policies, because it's the best way to help the next generation move on with a helping hand, something that our parents probably did not give us the opportunity to do. But we all know we're going to die one day, right? So that's apparent. So if we know we're going to die, why not help your sisters, brothers, your cousins, your children, whomever you want to leave the money to? That is the type of thinking that we have to get into in order to have some money. So if you guys were curious about why I put that up, that is how you go about doing it. If you're interested in getting more information about the life insurance, of course, you can inbox me. I have a rep that did mine right over the phone. It was like 5-10 minutes, and boom, I got $1 million life insurance policy. And I think we all should do the same, because I wish my mama, or daddy or someone would let me, for me to know that, hey, if they pass, hey, I got $1 million coming my way. Now, I don't want them to go nowhere, but at least I know I can do something with those couple bucks, okay? So I just want to put that out there, all right? And yes, Yolanda, the government is based on income, and you might make over that amount. So we'll talk about that later. But anyway, so again, guys, I just want to thank y'all for tuning in and being here, to keep up with the information. Like I said, again, I always try to give you guys updated information. So I'll be here every Monday at 7 p.m. If you guys have any questions that you want me to ask live, all you have to do is inbox those questions to me. And if you want to be a part of my BOSS series, and BOSS stands for building your own self-sufficiency. So it's just being able to depend on yourself, not working for somebody. We're going to be talking about everything. Stocks. We're going to be talking about life insurance, generational wealth transfer, all of that. So you can find me on my Patreon at Shamika Saves. It's the same name. I want to be able to take the information that I have and that I've learned and that I actually use myself and share that with you guys, because it has worked for me. And I feel that you should never listen to somebody who is not living the way that you want to. I don't know why we take advice from people that are broke. And no offense against broke people, but how can you listen to someone who is not successful in the area of what you're trying to be? So I would say, pay attention to who you're taking your advice from. But if you want to get in on my little group, please join me at Patreon at Shamika Saves. And if not, I'll see you guys on Facebook every day, Instagram every day. And I'll see you here on Mondays at 7 p.m. So again, thank you guys for tuning in, and talk to y'all soon. Have a good evening. Bye.